Hi friends, grab a snack, some tea, some coffee. We're having so much fun today. There's so much Christmas out at Walmart. Let's start with this tree. It is $8.84, so pretty. They also have these deers for $4.84. They have the little bell, the bow. This polar bear here is $7.63. It does remind me of the Coca-Cola polar bear. That one was ceramic. They also have this flocked bust. It is Santa in all red for $9.96. I thought this would be bigger, but it's not really. For $11.74, they have this metal bench. They have Santa with Mrs. Claus. They did feel like resin. If you love the bows, how beautiful are these taper candle holders? They are glass, $7.63. Look how pretty that looks right by that tree. This collection is so pretty. They also have these taper candles. They are short, $5.44. The wood nutcracker plain, $11.74. And this is $13.24 with the faux fur. It's a single boot. This snowman here, $22.87. It was ceramic. They also have these ceramic Santa boots. These are $16.66. The prices are just random numbers apparently now at Walmart. Okay, this bow, it is fabric, very soft, $8.84. I'm loving all the traditional colors. Look at this Santa, $25.97. It has a headband, Mr. on his mug, his slippers. They also have this deer. She is so pretty, friends. She's a little bit bigger than the other one, $14.37. Also with that bow and bell. This tree is $17.17, and they have these ceramic houses. Look at that tree in the window. I love these. They're so pretty, but the price, I don't know, friends. That's the size, a little bit bigger than the ones from Target. Okay, the glass tree is $9.96, and then this is a metal candle holder. It's a beautiful bow, friends. $7.63. They also have the green tree, very lightweight, $9.56. It is glass, but very, very thin. The holiday birds, of course, are back, $5.84. And if you love the trend with, the bubbles, $13.44. They have Santa and they have Mrs. Claus. Yeah, very thin. Now these I saw online and I thought they would be bigger, but no, friends. You see, this is why it's important to see them in person. $15.26. But it's beautiful. The colors I love. Okay, the nesting figurines, $12.97. $5.44 for the tea lights. And they have gingerbread houses. These are small. They each have a different roof, a different, style at the front. And yes, these are clay, friends. Okay. They have this pretty countdown with that red velvet bow. The plaid, $5.84. It's an ornament style. Okay, $12.97 for the front of the gingerbread house with the snowman. And then the tree, $14.97. They have this pillow. It's a candy cane. Again, the traditional colors. Very timeless, friends. $9.96. They also have these red metal presents that open up. They are $9.74. I will open them up in a bit. Look at these beautiful bells. These are $8.43. Love the greenery, the berries, the bow. So pretty. They do have this taper candle holder with a bow, $3.34, very in trend. $11.94 for the green tree, and then these are $15.26 or $12.97 for, the dupes. $12.94 for the quilted tree with the bells, and $12.93 for the tree. These are so beautiful, friends. They are ceramic. I love the look. $13.44 or $12.33. This burgundy glass tree, I don't think it's $4.34. Wow, these are definitely new. They are $8.84. Soldier, or Santa with his mug. They aren't big, friends, but they are very cute. They also have these houses. They are pretty lightweight, 1043 or 843, very neutral. They also have this tree, and it does have a cardinal, 763. Speaking of which, how beautiful is this cardinal, friends? I love it. I love it all. 1043. The wreath is 3587, all berries. They also have this little tree. This is 293. It felt matte. If you love this design, they also have this for 1297. It's like a drop down. Okay, the mushroom, 843. Joy, 854. It does light up. And they also have this bow taper candle holder. This has a hint of pink. 974. Okay, 763 for the nutcracker or soldier planter, and the bear, 996. Looks like it's carved. For the red glass tree, 2422 or 1297. They also have this one with the metal can for 1423. The black lantern is 653. This is embroidered, friends. 763 with the little pine cone at the top. And then up here, I'm loving this wicker basket tree, 1746. This deer, 1693. The bells do jingle. Okay, down here they have this fox that's new, 584. It is small, friends, tiny. They also have this garland. It's kind of layered, 1297 fabric. The set of 2 white deer, 3544. Have a holly jolly Christmas. The center is tin. It is 1283. This was pretty heavy, 1436. They also have these taper candles. They're the regular size, 544. They also have these glass taper candle holders, 974 or 694. Okay, this sign here, very pretty. It is glass, 884. Love this family, 2983. The set of gold deer, 3544. Walmart puts these out every year in 2 different sizes. They do light up, 763 or 584. Now look at this guy. He's a pretty nice size, 1297. And you can use this even for fall, friends. Okay, 997 for the black tree. And these look like they were dipped in milk chocolate. They're taper candle holders, 977, 584, 244. This sign here, 363. This collection you can use for winter, friends. If you're having trouble to, think of what can I put out after Christmas, this is kind of a theme. Okay, 763 or 584. They are so thin, friends. Thin glass. These bells, they felt like they're wood. Love the brown velvet bow. I love these colors, friends. 1043. The black tree at the bottom, 1087. The swags, 2497. Beautiful. Wow, that was a lot. And there's so much more. 2497. I was gonna bring it down, but I'm scared it's gonna fall. 1983 for the acrylic reindeers. And the nutcracker, 1937. 1297 for the trees. And look at this beautiful glass snowman. Love that blue color. 2287. It is glass and it's open from the bottom so you can put lights in. These pine cone taper candle holders, 484. You can also use it for now, for fall, Thanksgiving. This fox with that gold detail, 1983. Yeah, 1983. This is made out of marble, very heavy, 973. 996 for this sign, and this is another candle holder. It is gold, 973. They also have this owl. He's pretty big for 2283. And the glass tree is 1233, 1436 in the dark brown. The polar bears, how cute, 996. They are ceramic, mommy and baby. These are $8.54 or $6.53. Again, I love that color. It's like a muted down blue. This is also a nice winter theme, friends. Okay, $5.44. $8.43 for the snowmen. They're pretty lightweight. $25.97 for this garland. This snowman here, $3.63. This was ceramic. They also have this arrangement for $9.96. Look how that looks side by side. Okay, they do have houses. The bigger size, $7.63 and $5.84 for the small ones. For both, different styles. $15.93 for the 3 bottle brush trees, and the glass one, $12.86. On the left, $22.38 for the nativity. The center angel is $18.36 and $19.84 on your right. $22.73. They also have this for $19.84. The button didn't work. $13.24 for the nested nativity. The ceramic angel, $13.92. They also have the cross for $3.93. And here are the nativities. I see 2 different prices, $5.33 or $8.18. I don't know. This felt like paper, $8.18. $16.58. $13.92. That's pretty good. $23.68. These are out every year. And $23.68. Like I promised, here is that metal present opened up. Okay. Look at their garlands. $12.28 for this red velvet. Oh my goodness, friends. Look at this. This reminds me of my childhood. The ornaments, they are, threaded, or they have the string. I don't know if you guys know what I'm talking about, but this reminds me of my childhood. $9.56. You can see a little bit better there. Oh my gosh. This brought me back. Wow. Okay. This one here, $18.33. They have the red, green, and white for $19.63. The smaller bulbs, $9.96. $5.26 for the tinsel. $9.67. $12.88 for these wood beads or balls. $5.97 for the pink and orange. $9.48 for the 35 feet beaded garland. $7.88. Lots of tinsel garland, even for 97 cents. Okay. They have so many different colors, friends. Look, with the traditional, $7.43. Wow, they even have brown, $7.43. The Grinch green. Okay, these are tree skirts, $19.88, 48 inches. They have matching stockings. These come in white or in burgundy. The stockings are $8.18. They have lots of the, Santa suits, Santa hats. I will go over this more in detail in another video because, if not, this video is going to be over 2 hours long. Look at these tree skirts, $12.97. There's still so much to get through, friends. Please like this video. Okay, if you're having a new baby, boy or girl, $11.27. Super adorable. I think this is the first time they made them so cute. And what's here? Oh, it's a cow. I gave it to my son to discover what it does, and basically it just moves the little horns. Okay, let's see. More tree skirts, 48 inches, almost $30. Wow. Yeah. The stockings, this one's pretty. $8.18. Let's see. They do have, this is, a unicorn. $9.97. Let's see. These are some sharks. Same price. They also have the mermaid tail. How cute is this one? Tree Rex. So basically all of these stockings are $9.97. Even these that match the tree skirts. What is this one? Okay, you have Santa. This one here, I was trying to be careful because that box, I tried off camera to like pull it out. It was stuck, friends. So that was a snowman. They have the owl. More tree skirts up there. Wow, $42.77 for the knitted. Kind of like a sweater material, the full fur, the one with the buttons. Wow. More stockings matching the tree skirts. These do feel a little, better quality. Look at this one with the bows. Very soft. Okay, some tree collars. Let's see. This here, it says Mary. $14.87. Not the best quality. This felt like a knitted or crocheted sweater. $42.77. Almost $40 for the stand bands. Stocking holders. $11.97 for the candy tree. Santa $13.37. These wave, they're flocked or velvet for $11.97. $11.27 for the snowflake. They do have this nutcracker for $12.36. The bells, friends, they are $8.77. The angels $11.97, and the houses $16.96. The deers are $16.67. This is a stocking holder for those that don't have a mantle fireplace, $25.88. The mini trees are $14.68, and I'm just gonna do kind of like a quick walk through with these mini ornaments just because there's still the regular ornaments. There's just so much. There's the outdoor, guys. This video is packed. So we're gonna go through these more in detail once they finish stocking. And if you have been with me, friends, here on my channel, you guys know that we go through everything. These clips are 78 cents. They do have this set of 12 ornaments for $6.77. They even have these little bells, $5.36 with the bows. These guys here. I'm just going to show you these sets. They are 24 count ornaments, $9.18. So they have that set, and then they have this Santa set. The tree collar, $6.77. It is metal. Okay. Behind me, they have even more, friends. Again, these are $3.66. They have the gingerbread train, the cowboy boots. This is what I wanted to show you. They have the gingerbread mini set back. They are different this year, $9.18. So cute. They also have this set of 12 ornaments. They did kind of fall out, but you can see them there. They have the gingerbread faces. This one with the sprinkles, $6.77. $8.18 for the bells. This pink set, $9.18. They also have the blues. So pretty, $9.18. Look at the white dove, how beautiful. My mom has white doves, so they're special. Okay, look at these. Again, we will go more in detail once everything is set. The bells. Look at the snowman. Wow. These are also $5.36. Alright, friends. When I tell you, you should have seen my face when I turned this corner and saw all of this beautifulness. Wow. They even have more over here. It's going to be a lot of work, but we're doing this. Let's have fun. Okay. This mushroom. Look. These ornaments are $2.14, friends. We're going to go by theme. So we're going to do ornaments of this theme. And then the clips, more ornaments that they have at the bottom, and then we're going to go through and move down to the next theme. I'm going to put music, and then I'll, talk here and there if there's something I want to point out. $1.68 for the poinsettia clips, and these are $2.46 with that brown bow. Very nice. These here, $3.74. They also have some pine cone ornaments, 24 for $3.94. The brown velvet are $8.18. The large ones are $7.78. They also come in the dark brown. Down here they have 4 pine cones for $10.97, and these are pretty lightweight, $3.48. They did feel like plastic. I do want to say that Walmart is bringing lots of new ornaments this year, different themes and different materials. Look, this is paper, friends. Wow. I wasn't sure of the price of this dome with the mushrooms. Here are more berry picks. These are $2.46. Down here they have the red and the greens. These ornaments are $3.94. Look at this cardinal. This one doesn't have the pedestal. $6.87. It is plastic. They also have this snowman, and this one is fabric, $6.87. Here's a tip I give every year. Ornaments are great, of course, for trees, but they are also a nice size for tier trays if they can stand up, or if you do the elf on the shelf. This cardinal is metal. They also have the Santa head. Once again this year, they change up his face. Metal. This is kind of like a wool ball. And these are plastic. They look vintage. This snowman is ceramic. And this one's also plastic. This doesn't belong here. Let's set it down. These hollies are ceramic, pretty heavy. Poinsettias $1.68. Look at these. Wow, $3.74. The thread is so nice. The spiral $2.46, and these are mini trees $2.14. I do want to point out that there's a difference. They have the red or the burgundy, which I don't think they had that last year if I'm remembering correctly. These tree candles have a timer, $14.57. These are more for $3.94. I think they're supposed to be candles. Look, these are berries. $12.88 berry balls. The big one's $7.68. Same prices, but just different colors. These I want. Yes. Beautiful. I do have, jotted down in my wish list, my big tree needs help. That's what I wrote down last year. So I'm concentrating on getting things for my big tree. These are glass, $13.88. Look at these, $9.98, $9.18. These are Santa hats. They are plastic. $5.44. Look at his beard. He's, jumbo, like the box says. And then these are new. They're jewels. $6.64 plastic. Look, they have more with the threads. $3.94. Towards the end of this video, I found something else that just, wow, unlocked a faraway memory. Look at this vintage Santa, the red and white stripes. Wow. Look, more paper ornaments. Beautiful. Plastic. Okay, now let's check the wall behind me. These capybaras are very trendy right now. Okay, seems some discos coming in. Those are cherries. These cowboy boots or cowgirl boots are heavier than I expected, with the glitter at the heel. Plastic. Look at this nutcracker head. These have iridescent tinsel, $3.74. More ornaments, very sparkly, colorful. They do have the jewels in different shapes and colors, $6.64. These are glass. Okay, look at the gold and silver. They do have Joseph, Mary, and baby Jesus. This was heavier than I expected. Alright, you see this gold? It's a little bit more yellow than this one. This is more like a champagne gold, which is what I use on my tree. Okay, now we are looking at the gingerbread theme. So these are back again this year. There's this one, which I think is new. The little cupcake is back again for another third year. And then they have the spoon, the spatulas, the whisk again. This one is new this year, as well as some of the gingerbread lace. This one's holding a gingerbread cookie. I feel in the pink gingerbread is where they made most changes. Look, another baking sheet, and that snowman cookie is very cute. Look, lots of detail on this one. Look at that bow. And they recreated this mug, but in pink. Because they had, the red one for like 2-3 years. That snowflake is also new. The train, the gingerbread house. And then these guys in the wagon are back a little different. Instead of the greenery and presents, they have kind of like cotton, which makes it look like a bathtub, in my opinion. I don't know. More gingerbread lace. And then look at these. They are new. They have the buttons in the center. The edge has red and white thread, $3.74. These bows are $2.14, very soft. They do have jumbo ornaments. They have the neutral house, $6.67. Here is another baking sheet, also $6.67. They did change the colors this year. And then look at these. They do have the boy in one box. Good thing I peeked in the back. Look, they have the girls together. So, you kind of have to look for them, friends. Let's put this back. Okay, here is another baking sheet. Look, the candy cane, the Christmas tree, the gingerbread cookie, and the candy cane. Alright. Now, if I was doing the pink, I would get this snowman because it's so pretty. Wow. Really well made. Lots of detail. Down here, they do have these guys. Kind of like the waffle texture. Very soft, $5.44. These are pink with a little bit of gold. They also have the trains. These have the waffle texture, $10.97. Some with sprinkles. These pink butterflies are $3.74. Pink poinsettias. These brown ones. And then look, these are candies. $6.77. I didn't see red and white. These have the sprinkles, $3.74. Here's this collection with the blues. So pretty. Look, it looks like it's frozen. $2.46. You see, they have everything for a beautiful winter theme. Look at the polar bear, friends. Is this a baby owl? No, it's a baby penguin. How cute. So soft. I wasn't sure if I showed this, but yes, I did show it already. Okay, more snowflakes. Another tree. Wow, these sparkle really nicely in person. They also have the dark navy blue, $7.78. These ornaments are super huge, $14.88. Look at the sprinkles, the bells. They have the candies. They're pretty firm. Then they have gumdrops. Wow. More bells. There's still things to show you in here, but I do want to go to the garden center before it gets dark. Look, they do have all of these up here for $43.83. The train with the gingerbread. Santa's riding it. They have Santa. They have this reindeer. Look at the peppermint candies, the penguins. I mean, the designs this year, super adorable. They also have this candle. It changes colors, 32.27. This lollipop, beautiful. It feels like velvet, 12.37. My son wanted to hold it. Look, they have the hippo, 43.83 with his hot cocoa. The little cow in the mug, adorable. The polar bears, 54.73. They do have some gingerbread blow molds. I mean, wow, 54.73. And they have a gingerbread house, which I did realize is towards the right. Yes, already. The nutcracker gingerbread theme, also 54.73. A little bit more yellowish. Look at the gingerbread house, the gnome, and the cupcake. All the same price. They do have the huge ornaments for $26.96. The red and white, then that one with the gold. The presents, $8.74. Look, $18.93. They also have these blow molds. They're a little small, under $20. Bluey, the Grinch, Max, and Snoopy. $27.77 for the Grinch on the left. They have steaks for $27.88. The roast beef sign, also the same price, and the blow mold, $57.82. $65.86 for the rocking horse, all the way up there. Look at this nutcracker in the pastels. I don't know the price though. Over here they have some bells. These are $4.96. They have the white, they have the green, they have the red. They also have this style with the 3 red bells. These are $9.83. And they have these beautiful gold ones. Love the velvet, ribbon, but they do look grainy. Okay, $34.82 for the nativity. The snowman topiary is $40, and $19.93 for the marquee tree. They do have the metal cookie cutters, $25.30-ish. I am rounding. There's just so much, friends. We do have to come back because, wow. Okay, look at this metal gingerbread sign. It is pretty big. $24.58. That gingerbread in the center has the cutest face. So nice. Okay, the bow, it is metal, $29.74. The sun is going down super fast. You're gonna see from this shot to the next shot. We are a little, far away from home, but okay. Look at these nostalgic trees for $41.92. They also have these spoon rest or trinket trays for $7.48. These are ceramic, very pretty. Look, they also have Santa. Such a cute face. They have the candles for $13.96. They also have the elves for $8.13. And look, the gingerbread mugs are back. These are $12.34. Here are more mugs for $12.34. They have the Santa in red or the pink Santa. Wow, look at all of these vintage books. $10.52. Merry Christmas, Christmas Wonders. Super nice. They do have these. $8.13. Let's see. Down there they have the ladder. $34.94. Okay, more of the nesting for $13.94. Look at these blow molds. Wow. $16.58. They have the snowman holding the wreath, the pretty angel. Look at these guys. They're having all sorts of fun. The elves, $41.92. The sleigh is plastic, by the way. They have the cyclist Santa, $34.92, like every year. And there's also a Santa blow mold, $16.58. Down here, they have More blow molds. Look at the wreath and the deer. Same price, $16.58. That jukebox, $66.84. Wow. And it's not that big. Okay, they have these medium-sized one for $27.77. The reindeer, the gingerbread Santa. And then look at these. $34.92. This one has a gingerbread town. Alright friends, let's go back in because I do want to show you this aisle. They have the toppers. These are $10.84. They have the soldier. They also have the bows. $13.88. Very trendy. The disco is $9.96. They also have a snowman, the elf, the top hat, $15.97. The owls and the snowman are also $15.97. And look, they have a Santa, $12.86. Look at that snowman. Very old style. Same price, $12.86. Super adorable. Here's an overlook at all of the tree toppers, friends. Wow. We're 41 minutes in. I hope you guys are still here. If you are, put a Santa emoji so I can know. Look at this beautiful angel. Wow. $16.87. Then they have this one, $19.57. We will go in more detail in part 2. Over here, they have more ornaments, friends. These are 97 cents. Yes, 97 cents. They have this gingerbread. Look at the sprinkles on his head, the frosting. They also have, let's see, the snowman head. Such a cute face. And they have the complete snowman with his little bow tie. They do have this reindeer with the headphones. And they also have the penguin. Look, they do have a cupcake with a little cookie. Very pretty. There's also the pretzel with the sprinkles. My son helped me take this one out. It's a little mug with the gingerbread cookie. The gumdrop in red. And also in green. He was so patient with me, you know, because I did take long filming. The lollipop, 97 cents. And then I thought it was a cupcake, but no, it's a macaron, friends. Very cute. Look, he found a bigger gingerbread cookie. These are the jumbo. Wow. And here he's gonna help me show you guys the difference in size. Look over here, friends. They have the picks, but they're stuff, so I couldn't access it. But look, they do have these cake pops with the sprinkles in pink, $3.94. Those look pretty full. And they also have these with the flocked greenery, $1.27. That's pretty good. Look. They do have gumdrops, also $1.27. Just kind of have to, fix them a little bit. All of these up here are $5.88. The bulbs, the peppermint candies, the elf feet, the cupcakes. Again, we will have to come back once, this is all cleared. They even have some light up ones, 97 cents. I just kept finding things to show you. I was like, oh my goodness. Okay, this is also Mr. Christmas, the mini nostalgic mugs. These are $3.57. They do have a gingerbread house. They had Mrs. Claus. They have the peppermint candies. They do have the snowman. Adorable. The pink Santa. And then look at these cassettes, 927. Gosh. How fun, right? They also have these mini jukebox ornaments for $11.37. Even some record players, $11.37. Okay, over here they have some mini blow mold ornaments for $6.97. And then look, guys, they have these for $11.97, but in minis. They have the gingerbread, they have Santa, they have mini, nostalgic trees for $6.97. And then I found the Santas for $6.17. What is this? Singing reindeer, $11.37. Still. Something told me to study this Santa once again, and I'm so happy I did, because this is exactly like the Santas my mom had on her tree when I was a child, like no lie. And even down to like the beard, how it's cut. Wow, talk about memory unlocked. I guess that's the purpose of the Mr. Christmas line, right? The pets are $4.74. Look, it's this Santa here. I think I'm gonna get one for my sister and myself, just because it did make me sad, and it did kind of, bring up those feelings. But anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this shop with me. It was a lot. I will be back, of course, so stay tuned. I hope you guys enjoyed it. What's on your wish list? Comment down below. Have a wonderful day. Goodbye.